And every month I have a new co host. This is no exception. Brand new month, brand new co host with a brand new name that I'm not going to get right. And she gave me permission to give her a nickname, which I've already come up with it. I
Oh,
got it.
I was going to ask you, did you
I
come up
got
with
it.
it? Okay.
And it's going to fit really good too.
Let's hear it.
But let me try first to get your name correctly.
Okay.
Solonia
Very,
Wade-Baskins. How am I doing on that?
very close.
Okay.
So,
Co-owner of Progressive Business and Finance. You might remember because she was on the show 6 or 7 months ago, was it?
yeah, about 6 or 7, maybe October. Yes.
So, for those that did not remember, what is Progressive Business Finance all about?
So, Progressive Business and Finance, we are your business financial consultants. And so we provide creative alternative lending for businesses and commercial investors. And so for some of you who don't understand what that means is that if you go to the bank,
They know what that means.
you
No,
know that?
you provide the answer after they hear no.
That's exactly what we do. Boom, I could not have said it any better. Joe, boom, checkpoint. Yes. When they say no, you come our way.
You come to Solo.
That's it. There you go.
Solo Finance.
Whoa.
We are so low finance. We can get you finance.
I'm about to take that and run with it.
You like that,
Yep.
don't you? Okay.
Absolutely.
We got a marketing person as our co-host coming later on the show. She will either approve or reject my marketing prowess as we go through that. So Solo. By the way, that's your nickname. You gave me permission to give you one. I just gave you one.
I love it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell my son. It don't matter if you like it or not. Once it sticks, it sticks. There's not much you can do about it. Just
Now,
run
Joe,
with it.
when I'm walking around the Lake Norman area and I hear somebody say Solo, I'm gonna say Joe. There you go.
Solo can get you a low financing rate. Give her a call, Progressive Business Finance. If they wanted to reach you, how could they reach you?
So you can. My email is swade-baskins. That's SWADEBASKINS at progressivebusinessfinance.com, or you can call my cell or text me at 980-306-4467.
Now, the last time you were here, you had your husband with you.
Absolutely.
I
yes.
called him your emotional support.
That is my better half. He is definitely my emotional support.
Do you think he's listening right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. He's gonna talk about me later, but yes, he's listening right now.
So you guys started this, but you both came from kind of different places.
We
Talk about the
did.
start of that.
The start of that is, and I have a funny story for that. I tell a lot of people may have heard it. My dad was actually a business owner. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. My dad was a business owner, but that's all he was a self-employed business owner. And so I did not get a good experience from him owning laundromats, having rentals, a club. He started a franchise Subway, but I did not have a good experience, right? And so I always saw him work a lot. He fell ill at 55. He didn't get time to appreciate everything he worked for, and that was my experience. And so fast forward, I meet my husband living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I move up here to be with him, just like a woman, right, Emily? Move here to be with my husband, right?
Ain't nothing wrong with
There
that.
you go.
So
I
much
move
in
here
common.
to be with him, uproot
Yeah.
my life and come on over here. And so I didn't want to work anymore. And the first thing he says to me is, let's start a business. And know what I said to him?
Not a chance, and I'm moving back to Jersey.
That's what I said. Absolutely not. And I did not move here for that. And he was like, it's perfect. And I said, absolutely not. It is not perfect. And so I had to do some evaluation. We had to figure some things out. And we said, how can we help business owners? How can we help them grow from a position of needing money and being self-employed to a place of entrepreneurship and mindset? And so what's the main wall that business owners hit, especially small business owners trying to obtain and grow, and it's finances. So how can we help them get that? By going to the bank. You could be in the bank for 10 years, do business with them for 20 years, and you go in for a business loan,
Absolutely.
and they say absolutely not, right? And so you're hurt. You feel like they should help you. Where do you go?
Where you gonna go? Solo.
There you go.
And-
See
and
there?
I think that's why you and I connected
Yes.
because what you felt with your father, I see all the time, right? I lived it until I learned differently, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want the business controlling when I get up in the morning and when I
Exactly.
come home. You know what I
Yes.
mean? You know, it's funny because as small business people, for years we worked so hard because we don't want a boss. We don't want somebody telling us what to do.
And
But yet we get up earlier than we want.
that's
We
it.
stay later than we want.
Yeah.
So you get all of that,
I
right?
get all of that.
And good quality financing and cash flow at the right time can help you prevent all that. And I
And all
think
that.
we connected through that. Like I could tell
Absolutely.
you kind of got it.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, I never went on a vacation, a family vacation. It was either me and my mom and my father stayed back, or my mom and my dad and I stayed back. But somebody
What
had
you
to work the
talking
business.
about? A Saturday afternoon with a Pop-Tart and a cup of coffee at the laundromat. That's
Listen,
good dad time.
That was my time. That's it. And
I
so
get it.
That's all I got.
That's right.
Right? So my experience was not good. Great father, great provider.
Right.
But we want more than that.
Right.
Right? We want our families to be together and get time. And we don't want to work for our money. We want our money to work for us.
Amen.
There you go.
So we've only got about 30 seconds or so. I'm kind of curious, where are you getting the money from that you can share it with others? Where's that come
And
from?
that is awesome because we have a family of lenders and they're tailor-made lenders to your business. And so as a bank, you go in and you get one lender. There's certain restrictions here. We have tailor-made. So if you're a trucker, we got a trucking lender. Restaurant, a
Let's take a
restaurant
break.
lender.
Let's take a break.
There you go.
You are listening to Local Biz Now, where Solo is in the house. We'll be right back.
Keep it right here. Local
that's
Biz Now
what's
with
thick.
Joe Bagnone will return
Solo
after
won't
this short
stick.
break.
Don't tell me no one ever called you that before. Come on. That's got to stick. Come on. That's just perfect. All right. Now we come back.
Mm-hmm. No, I think we're good.
Nobody likes him. He got no friends. Nobody likes him.
He's like, I'm fine with it. That's a good slogan he came up for.
Yes. Solo. See there?
Need to talk to him about
I know, right?
marketing.
I told you Joe was good. Don't let him sleep on you.
It's just quick. Got it.
Any questions? You good?
I'm good so far. You're guiding me very well. Just keep.
We have a lot in common. I feel. Growing up, had a business.
Oh, did they?
It scared me.
The deaf.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I said, no, I ain't doing that. I said, I'm about to go to get a 9 to 5. I got
What
these
you
degrees. So I'm about
described
to
of
use
your
that.
dad is exactly what I would have been if I had the largest closed market environment restaurant concept in the Southeast. So I had a lot of restaurants and convenience stores, coffee shops inside office buildings. So what you described of your father was me. I'm positive that's how I would have treated my son if I hadn't have sold them
Yes.
and moved on. Right. So
Mhm.
I through your eyes, I saw your father
Yes,
and me
I was like-
and every business person I have ever met. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And don't
Until
you-
they figure out a way to
Mhm.
to manage the business instead of the business
Who's managing
them.
them.
Yeah.
Yes. And they feel like they want to do everything. And it's like, why? Why do you want to do? Why? That's crazy.
And a lot of times the business is managing them because of the way they set it up. They don't realize
it.
that they've set this thing up, that they want to be in charge. And if they're in charge, guess what? Nothing happens without
Nothing
you.
happens. Nothing happens without you. Nothing at all. And it limits your opportunities.
That's right.
Because you can't do anything else but be there. How are you going to be a visionary if you always working so hard? How are
That's
you
right.
going to think? It's too much. But a lot of business owners don't get that in the beginning.
I guess 30 seconds. Like I said, nobody likes him. He got no friends.
To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
It's Local Biz Now with Joe Bagnone on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live business talk radio show in North Carolina, coming to you from Burner's Cigar Studio. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do. here at News Talk WSIC. If it is Monday afternoon, your business matters. We are here with Solo. She is the co-founder of Progressive Business Finance. Solo, let me be clear now, okay?
Yes.
You need to know how to say this. Your business matters. You got to say it right. You got to say it with a little bit of attitude.
Uh-oh.
Now, so it's coming. I'm just warning you in advance because I don't want you to feel like I tricked you. Okay? Because you're the new co-host, so I gotta move you into this slowly. Okay? So before we dig into because you can't be a co-host without bringing us information we don't have. Before we do that, walk me through how you decided to put together this finance company to help small business people. The pieces to the puzzle, right? They kind of come from different places and they require different skill sets. Can you kind of walk me through that a little bit? Because there's small business people out there and they're thinking, yeah, right. She's just like all the other finance people. Yeah. I've already heard no 3 times. I'm not calling Solo one more time. So I want them to understand that there is a difference.
It is a difference. And one of the main differences that we make and that we pronounce and we want people to know are that with that Progressive Business and Finance is faith-based. And I am here to say that if you have a small business or a business at all, you know that you have to have a higher belief because you are going to need that higher belief to keep you strong and grounded. And so we are strong and grounded. We believe that we are community-based. We want to get out into the community. We want to see your faces. And we are problem solvers. We're not coming to you with a result before we know your task or what you're doing or how you're trying to run your business. Because everybody has a different vision. Everybody has a different, it's like having a baby, right? No one baby is the same. You can have 10 of them, right? But no one baby is the same. So what is your vision? And so I like to sit down with people. I like to understand their business. I like to accommodate them and cater to them because I want to be a problem solver for you. And so my goal is to be a problem solver. I want to be a connector. I'm a firm believer in networking in the right environment with the right people. And so I need you to know who you are and who you are in your business so that I can connect you. Because
you have clients that come back a second time for a second loan and a third loan?
All the time.
Yeah.
I even have clients that come back that I may not even help them with the loan. I just connected them with the right person that got them to move forward and to thrive and elevate in their business.
Okay, let me just tell you this right now. Julie accepted your nickname. She said, I love it. When you need financing, where you going to go see Solo. She loves it. I just want you to know that.
Listen.
And if Julie likes it, I'm on to something.
Julie, the queen has spoken. There you go.
For those of you that don't know, everybody needs a Julie.
A Julie. There you go.
She also told me stop picking on Wilton.
Oh.
She told me leave Wilton alone. I'm bothering him. So you can't be a co-host unless you bring something to the table. You have brought something today. It is a list of alternative lending for small business people. Talk a little bit about that. How you want to talk about that?
Now, alternative lending, right? What is it? And a lot of times I assume that business owners know what it is, but I don't want to make an assumption. Alternative lending, that's what we are. We're creative, we are alternative, and that is anything that is outside the traditional credit union aspect of lending, right? And so it can go through so many ways. It could be private lenders. It could be investors. It could be a group of people coming together to help you lend. It could be so many different things. It could be equipment leasing. Whatever it is that you may need, we have it. And so in creative lending, we're creative. We have short-term loans, so we do not want to keep you in debt for a long time, correct? And we are seamless. Our applications are not very lengthy and long. We want to understand you. The money can come in as little as 3 to 4, 5 business days. So it's so many advantages to alternative lending.
Solo could get you some cash in 5 days.
And 5 days, maybe shorter than that, depending on how bad you want it.
Ooh.
Are you hungry? Are you ready to start this business and move with it? Because I'm ready. So when you come to me, be ready.
So give me a range, like you gonna loan $5 or you gonna loan $5 million? Kind of give me a range of what your kind of a good client profile is.
A good client profile could be as little as $20,000 to as much as $10 million. How much do you need? How big is your vision? Where do you want to go? And
So you gave me a little chart here.
yes.
I want to read some of the things on the chart
Mm-hmm.
because I'm thinking some of it's bull. I Number one, alternative lending. You may not require a credit check. I got to be honest with you. That just don't sound right. That ain't natural.
It's not natural. And
It's
that's
not
the
natural.
great thing about creative alternative lending. Everything that you thought about lending in your mind, I want you to release it because we are really good at getting you lending. Now, I'm not going to say credit score. It doesn't not have to be a 700.
Right.
We can start as little as 525.
They got 5.5. They shouldn't be knocking.
525. And you know what? And I tell business owners, I respect and I even understand 525 because you worked hard for that 525 because you have put in a lot of your own personal and your own blood, sweat, and tears and money to get that business started. So for that 525, I'm going to work with you.
Okay.
And I'm going to work for you. And I'm proud of you about that.
Okay, 5.5. I know they've heard no 3 or 4 times.
They've heard it a couple of times. But it's possible.
You mentioned something that's really interesting. You pool investors' money together to help them. How does that work? And I, as the business owner, do I have to deal with 10 different people? How does that work?
Crowdfunding. And that's what they call it when different investors come together to invest in your funds, in your business. And no, you do not have to deal with them. And that's the great thing. So in progressive business and finance, and let me say, my husband, my better half is not here, Sammy Baskins. I always tell people, I am the pretty face. He does all the hard work. So
that
always
don't surprise me.
I always
Solo,
have to
pretty.
kind of give him that because he does a lot of work.
He got to go
and
find the pool, the money. He got to put it all together.
Because he'll ask me, that's it. He'll say, where you get these people from? I'm like, I don't know, but you got to make it work because I ain't got nothing to do with it. I just went out to see him. Now, you make it work.
He's listening right now and he's saying, baby, don't tell him no 520 going to get him money. You know that's what he's saying.
He's like, you making me work hard. I'm like, listen. You shouldn't have sent me out there, right, Emily? Listen here. But yes. And so, no.
I'm on your side.
Right? Yeah. There you go. So as your brokers, we put you together, but we handle all the work. So you don't have to talk to the investor until you are at the very last bit of it. And that is just to explain the terms and you to sign the paperwork because we cannot sign for you. But from there, we're handling it all.
Oh, look at this next one. You got to be out of your mind.
What is that?
You may not have to require to pay the money back. Is your husband's name Bernie Madoff? Did you marry Bernie Madoff's illegitimate son?
That is so funny. Now, you may not
'Cause how
have
you
to
gonna
pay
do
the
that?
money back, but there's some investors that want a percentage.
Yeah, equity
Right?
position.
That equity position.
Okay, I
so
got
that's,
you.
That is what
That's
it's
okay.
meant
The
to that. Does that
statement
make
was
sense
tricky,
now?
but I got it. Okay.
You know how people reword stuff? Yes.
Because your husband was sweating when he
I
heard
know.
me
He
read
said
that.
that. He was like, who going to pay it back, honey? Who going to pay it back? Honey, who's going to pay it back? No.
Okay. Got it. Okay. How often better or small to medium size loan? So essentially what you're saying here is you have a much better track record at small and medium sized loans. So that's really your sweet spot here.
Absolutely. Because it's hard sometimes to have a 700 plus credit score and be bringing in 200, 250 annually, especially when you're first starting off, right? It's a task. So that's our sweet spot. Those business owners that can't, their credit score is whacked out because they've been putting so much of themselves into their business. Maybe their profits and revenue it's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. And so that is our sweet spot because it's kind of hard to maintain.
Okay. This last one,
There you go.
it just gives me warm, fuzzy. You understand? I grew my business in the 80s.
Did
No
you?
doc loans was it, baby. That was it.
Yeah.
Us small business people could. I need $7,000. Boom. There you go.
There you go.
But minimum documentation is important for small business people that simply have startups or young companies because there's not a lot of documentation to that.
We have dealt with a business as young as 1 month old. So how are you going to have a tax return? How are you going to have a lot of documentation? So a lot of our business owners, we just really highly recommend no commingling, right? Get your business monthly statements separate from your personal.
Oh, that's such a
big
good
thing.
statement.
That is a big thing because that's what a lot of our lenders they want to go by. They want to see 3 months, maybe 6 months of your statements to see how you're moving. They just want to know that you're not commingling. So that is so huge for a business starting out.
I didn't realize so many small business people did that.
Oh yes, they don't have accounts. I said, well, do you? And then I say, why not? I wouldn't even want a lender to see my personal statements. Why
Right.
would you even want them to see what you're doing personally? Keep it separate. It's clean. It shows them that you're organized, and it shows them that you have a vision. And that's what you want. You want a vision because if you have a vision, your vision. I always tell people, vision goes way beyond your experiences and what you're living right now.
So you're presenting these goals and aspirations and business plans to investors for your clients. Do you go in together and present this, or do you do it outside of the client?
So usually I do it outside of the client because I understand that business
You're doing
owners.
it better than them, ain't you?
Yes. And they specialize in what they do. They're really good at what they do.
Right.
But what they're not good at is what they don't do.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so we've had business owners talk their way out of a loan. So we've learned it's not always best for them to meet them at first.
So we got to go to break. If they wanted to reach you, how could they reach you?
Again, our website is www.progressivebusinessfinance.com. My email address is swade-baskins@progressivebusinessfinance.com. And my number is 980-306-4467.
We'll be right back.